30-day prep, 30-day prep, and 30-day prep once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you the 30-day prep your new life awaits. So welcome to this amazing video. Now, I do understand that some of you may not know who I am. Well, my name is Coach D. I am the creator of the 23% Challenge. I'm also a wellness professor. Plus, I dabble in nutrition, weight training, physical education, all that good stuff. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive deep today. Before we dive into the specifics of the 30-day prep, I want to give a special shout out to Anika S. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anika S happens to be the creator of the 30-day prep. So for those of you who don't know a little bit about her, allow me, Coach D, to share these few points. Number one, she is the creator of Journey into Passion that's actually featured on Everyday Folks Radio. She's also a proud member of the Lambda Omicron Delta sorority. Also, she encourages everyone to go to the next level to realize their dreams. And last but not least, if you want to learn more about Anika, guys, please check out her website, anikamadison.com. Once again, that website is anikamadison.com. All right, so now let's dive into the specifics of the 30-day prep your new life awaits. I've had the pleasure of actually speaking to Anika face to face over the telephone, and I wanted to get from her what the 30-day prep is all about. Well, these words are strictly from her mouth. She says the 30-day prep your life awaits is all about going to the next level. So in other words, what level would you like to be at entering the new year? Do you want to go to a new level in your relationships? Do you want to go to a new level in your health? Do you want to go to a new level in your wealth? Right? It's also about having a new life. Once again, if we look at the three primary areas of each person's life, health, wealth, and relationships, where would you like to improve and how would you like to improve? And last but not least, the 30-day prep is also about enhancing our self-belief. Now, very quickly, I would like to talk about self-belief just a little bit. Question: do you believe in yourself? Well, if we look at the word belief or to believe, all it simply means is this. What type of expectations do you have for yourself? Are you expecting something greater? Are you expecting something new? Are you expecting to go to the next level? Or are you satisfied with being just okay? Well, chances are, if you are participating in this 30-day prep, you're not satisfied. You don't want to conform. Instead, you want to elevate just a little higher. And for that, I commend you. So dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Now, why is Coach D helping out Anika Madison, right? Why is Coach D involved in the 30-day prep? Well, guys, I'm about to kick it to you nutrition vegan style. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach D is about to hook you up with a new way to think about eating. That's right. But before we get into the specifics, allow me to share a quote with you from one of the most famous physicians that ever lived on planet Earth. His name happens to be Hippocrates. And Hippocrates says this: let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Novel idea, huh? Did you ever consider food as medicine? Probably not, right? Well, it's time to go vegan. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to open your eyes to a new way of eating. Now, these three options that I'm about to talk about are basically for people who are considering transitioning to a more plant-based diet. The three options are 23% vegan, 13% vegan, as well as a 3% vegan. Now that you know what the options are, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what in the world is Coach D talking about? My goodness, I've heard of a vegan, but I've never heard anyone put a percentage in front of the vegan. And also, what does the 23%, 13%, and 3% really mean? Well, I hear you, 23% nation, so hold on. Coach D is going to address all of your questions. All right, so what does it mean? Well, let's look at it this way. How many days are in the average month? Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but the answer is 30 days. So, if you want to be a 23% vegan, what that translates to is that for 7 out of 30 days, you are a vegan. That's all it means. Next up is a 13% vegan. Well, if we do a little math, if we divide 4 by 30, we get 13%. And last but not least is your third option is a 3% vegan. And all that simply means is that you are vegan only 1 day out of 30 days. Now, when it comes to your 1 day, your 4 days, or your 7 days, it really doesn't matter which 1 day, 4 days, or 7 days you choose. However, Coach D would like to offer you just a little bit of guidance when it comes to selecting which days to be a vegan. If you want to become a member of the 23% Nation, you want to choose the first 7 days of every month or just 1 month. If you want to choose the 13% vegan, you want to choose it the first 4 days of the month, meaning the 1st through the 4th, or you could do every other day of the 23% challenge, which simply would be day 1, day 3, day 5, and day 7. And last but not least, the 3% vegan, meaning you're only a vegan 1 day of the month, you probably want to do it the very first day of the month, which happens to be Nature Day. Okay, so now that we've cleared up any type of misunderstanding about a 23, 13, or 3% vegan, I know that many people now want to know, all right, Coach D, so what can I eat? Well, you basically are restricted to the 5 food groups of the 23% challenge. Now, I want to say something before I give you the foods. This is not a diet. I'll say that again. This is not a diet. Instead, it's a new way of eating. It's more of a lifestyle. So, you want to know what you can eat? Well, all fruits. That's right, guys. No fruits are off limits. You can eat whatever fruit you want. It doesn't matter. Legumes. Now, legumes simply means beans and peas. You can eat all the legumes you want. Nuts and seeds. You like cashews, you like pecans, you like peanuts, go ahead, eat them. It doesn't matter. Do you enjoy seeds? Sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. Whatever seeds you like, go ahead and eat them. Do you enjoy vegetables? Of course you do. White potatoes, sweet potatoes, celery, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, whatever vegetable it is, it doesn't matter. All vegetables are allowed. And let's not forget our whole grains, such as oatmeal, couscous, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, teff. It doesn't matter. All whole grains are allowed. Now, as far as your beverages are concerned, because I get it. All right, Coach D, I can eat all plant foods, but what about me drinking? What can I drink? Well, being that you are either a 23%, 13%, or 3% vegan, the only beverage that you are allowed to consume is water. Okay, so now that we know what we can eat, let's now talk about what we cannot eat. All right. Number one are going to be processed foods. Basically, processed foods are those foods which do not occur naturally in nature. In other words, these are man-made foods. Now, if we take a look at the picture, think about it this way. Cheese. Does cheese grow on a tree? Think about the pizza. Think about the burger. Think about the cereal. Think about the hot dog. Do these foods grow on trees? No, they do not. So because they do not come directly from a tree, then yes, they are processed. Also, no processed beverages. So the only beverage that is not processed is pretty much going to be water. And we're talking about unflavored water. Processed beverages are things like fruit juices. Now, we're not talking about the fruit juice that you actually squeeze from the fruit yourself. No, we're talking about juices that come in plastic bottles that you buy in the grocery store or from a convenience store or at a gas station. We're talking about all alcohol, whether it's wine, beer, vodka, gin, Alizé, it doesn't matter, okay? They're all processed. And let's talk about animal products. Ladies and gentlemen, if it walked, hopped, crawled, swam, had a mom and a dad, eyes and ears, don't eat it. So no animal products whatsoever. So that means no meat, meaning no beef, no pork, no chicken, no seafood, right? And also no milk from a cow, no cheese, and definitely no eggs. Guys, what you have to understand is that these types of foods, processed beverages, and animal products, unfortunately, they're all toxic to the body. So, being a 23% vegan, 13% vegan, or a 3% vegan is almost like doing a cleanse. Now let's talk about the benefits, because I do understand that some people may think, well, you know what, Coach D, if I don't know how it's going to benefit me, then I'm not going to do it. I get it. So hear me out. The first benefit is this. Number one, you're going to save animals. Now, I know a lot of people are animal lovers. So if you love animals, and I'm not talking about your cat, your dog, and your fish, and maybe your birds, I'm talking about the fish that live in the oceans, the cows that we kill and eat. I'm talking about the pigs. I'm talking about the chickens. You're going to save those animals. Also, believe it or not, for those of us who are a little bit environmentally conscious, a little bit eco-friendly, you're going to reduce your carbon footprint. Also, you're going to reduce the amount of animal protein that you put into your body. Now, I know a lot of people may be saying, well, Coach D, animal protein is good for me. On the contrary, it's actually not. Okay? And the biggest benefit is that you're going to say no to the big four. Now, when we talk about the big four, we're talking about obesity, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and let's not forget about heart disease. That's right, guys. Not consuming processed foods, animal products, and processed beverages will help your body remain healthy. It'll help ward off the big four. So there you have it. 4 major benefits of becoming a 23%, 13%, or a 3% vegan. Now, some people I know are concerned about prices. All right, Coach D, how much is this going to cost me? Is it affordable, right? Well, I've been doing this now for 2 years, and so I consider myself a 23% vegan. And all that simply means is that I eat directly from Mother Earth the first 7 days of every month without a flaw. That being said, I want to suggest that you set up a budget, okay? Now, this budget can be as low as $20 to as much as $100. Now, there have been some months when I had a lot of money. There were other months where I didn't have a lot of money. Whatever the case may be, I want to let you in on a few tips. Number one, if you find yourself with a small budget, perhaps you're closer to the $20 end of the spectrum, then I want to let you know what types of plant foods are cheap. Well, those are going to be your legumes, meaning your beans and peas. Also, your whole grains are going to be cheap, as well as your frozen varieties, such as your frozen vegetables and your frozen fruits. Now, if you have a bigger budget, right, and you can afford to splurge, well, now you can really dive into your fruits. You can dive into your fresh vegetables, and you can get into your nuts and seeds. Unfortunately, fruits, the fresh options, the fresh vegetables, and the fresh nuts and seeds, they are a little pricey. But once again, whether you have a big budget or small budget, it doesn't matter. This could still work for you. Now, another thing that I like to do is I like to go to the prepared dish section of a few different grocery stores. That being said, I always buy my plant foods by the pound. So prepare yourself for anything as cheap as $4.99 a pound to as much as $9.99 a pound. And usually when I get those dishes per pound, they will simply last me for anywhere from 3 to maybe 4 meals. Now, how many days does that translate to? Well, 1 day, 2 days, sometimes 3 days. Also, I highly recommend that you get yourself a NutriBullet. Now, me and my NutriBullet, we're best friends, especially during the first 7 days of every month. Why? Because I love to combine different fruits, different vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains all together into an amazing, delicious smoothie. So if you're like me and you love smoothies, please go out and get yourself a NutriBullet. Now, NutriBullets can be purchased in the stores. They can also be purchased online. Whatever the case may be, prepare a budget of anywhere from $70 to as much as $100. All right. Now, I also want to give you a few tips. Why? Because I want your transitioning to be successful. So I'm about to hook you up with Coach D's tips. Tip number one, carry plant foods and water wherever you go. That's right. So if you're a college student, carry your fruits and vegetables and your nuts and seeds with you to class. If you have to go to work, carry them to work. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, have food with you. This way, you won't be tempted whenever you drive by a fast food restaurant. Another tip, tip number two. Yes, you can consume the frozen options, meaning frozen legumes, frozen fruits, and frozen vegetables. And generally speaking, they will be a little cheaper than the fresh varieties. Now, as far as canned foods are concerned, these are going to be your last option, to the point where I'm going to say no to canned foods. Guys, something that you must understand about canned foods is that they are loaded with sodium, loaded with preservatives, and loaded with all other harmful chemicals. So please stay away from canned foods. Tip number three, tell your friends and family that you are becoming a 23% vegan. Let them know that you are a 13% vegan. Share with them that you are a 3% vegan. Trust me, The more you let people know what you're doing, the more likely they are to support you. Also, tip number 4, watch the movie entitled Forks Over Knives. This movie is amazing. It really shares with you how beneficial a whole food, plant-based diet is for the human body. So please, it's on Netflix. Check it out. Once again, it's entitled Forks Over Knives. Also, there is a website, forksoverknives.com. So, if you're the type of person who loves to cook and you want to maybe try out a new vegan dish, well, go to the website, go to the recipes tab, and you're going to find hundreds, if not thousands, of delicious vegan meals that you can cook for yourself, for your friends, and also for your family members. Tip number 6, try a vegan restaurant. That's right. Here's something that you got to understand. People who work in vegan restaurants, they know more about the vegan lifestyle than you do. So if you have any questions, ask the waiter or the waitress, or maybe the store owner. Plus, they know how to combine their spices and their different plant foods. So chances are their food is going to taste probably better than your food. Okay? So if you want to taste really good vegan food, definitely try out a vegan restaurant. Now, chances are you may not even know where a vegan restaurant is. So allow Google to help you out. All you have to do is do a Google search. Type in vegan restaurants in my city. Enter the name of your city and voila, Google will give you a list. Also, for those of us who do not like to cook like me, Coach D, okay, I always suggest that you go to the prepared dishes section of the grocery store. Now, 2 stores I'm going to recommend. Number 1 would be Whole Foods, love them, and also the Fresh Market, love them. They have amazing vegan and vegetarian dishes that will satisfy your cravings. Question of the day. Which option is best for you? Is it 23% vegan, 13% vegan, or a 3% vegan? Guys, remember something. You're doing the 30-day prep. You are welcoming a new life for yourself. So once again, answer the question. Which option is best for you? 23%, which means 7 days, 13%, which means 4 days, and 3% means 1 day. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. Now, before I sign out, I want to publicize a new hashtag. It's hashtag eat more plants. Please use it, don't abuse it. This is your man, Coach D. I'm signing out, and always remember, I love you, so take care and God bless.